How long should I be waiting? Feels like I've had too much of drama, but I'm not ready to give in. Of your good side, I start wondering how I could make it last a little longer. Say you wanna fix our problems. How long should I be waiting? Feels like I've had too much of drama, but I'm not ready to give in. You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning. You wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face, got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you'll break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless praying. 'Cause some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came. I'm used to waiting. Are you? Would you be waiting there too? I'm used to staying. Would you? Would you be waiting? Would you be waiting? Would you be waiting? Would you be waiting? Find you. I'm used to waiting. Are you? Would you be waiting there too?
Chad, good morning, baby. It is Wednesday,
Yep.
2 days away from the test match. It's already having a little bit of a test match vibe to it. Boys are already psyched up. I already saw Keegan this morning when I walked past the bathroom. He was looking himself in the mirror and he's like, "You are an NFP killer. You are going to smash NFP." And I was like, "Bro, what are you doing?" It's like, "No, I'm just affirming it for Friday." And then it got a little bit weird and I had to give him a hug, but we're all good now. Keegs.
We good, bro. We good. Obviously excited. Big build up for the week, but keen for it, bro.
I am the best news trader in South Africa. Jad, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Keegs is relaxed. Hope you guys are doing well. Good morning to everyone. Apologies for the little bit of a late start. Just had to sort out some things. Let's quickly see what's happening here in the chat. Is everyone doing well? Big shout out to Dylan. Dylan Savage still. Man is praying for you guys. He's doing the fundamental chats there. Dylan, absolute ledge, my brother. Thanks so much for that. We're going to read through that very shortly. And then we're going to get right into it. I just want to get my chart set up here. But Chad, before we start, very interesting things happening in Israel. And I don't want to make this a religious thing, but in the book of Revelations, if you think about the Bible, everything is talking about things that have happened in the past. And if you go in the book of Revelations, things to come, all of this was written in there. So a lot of what's written there coming to fruition. So actually going to go a little bit back. I did many years ago, did like a massive study from the start to the end of Revelation, and a lot of what's happening now was already basically prophesied in there. So interesting times religiously and spiritually what's happening here. So keep an eye out for that. But I'll share a little bit later in the week. Just very briefly, just going to refresh and give you guys some quotes for those that want to listen to it, see it. But we're going to start here, Chad, as always, with prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. And if you believe it, you can drop an amen in the chat.
Amen.
Amen, amen. Beautiful, chat. Let's get straight into the business end here. We don't have a lot of time to waste. Alrighty. Okay, Chad, quite a bit of a mixed bag here this morning. Almost like when you were a child, that little lucky packet, you don't know what you're going to get. Is it from Timo? Is it from Japan? You don't know. But we've got the Gwendor speaking a little bit. No, not a little bit later, in 31 minutes. We've got unemployment figures coming out of the Eurozone, also out of Italy. We've got some bond auctions to look at. We've got ECB's Lane speaking. ECB's Alderson, that sounds like something out of a Lord of the Rings movie. Alderson from the Elven clan, I don't know. But anyways, that my mind just works differently. Big one for me today, Chad. One of the key metrics, if you didn't know, is the ADP employment change. So this is one of the first metrics points that I put a lot of weight towards for NFP. So this metric here is going to give us a lot of insight. I was also, big shout out to NewsSquawk, our news partner. I was actually going through some of the reports they've sent out. So big shout out to NewsSquawk. And a lot of the economists, a lot of the big boys thinking that we're going to basically average 100K jobs for the rest of the year. Very, very interesting. Expecting unemployment rate also to climb. So expecting quite a bit of weakening in the labor market. So very interesting. A little bit later this afternoon, we've got Fed's Musalem and Fed's Hamak and Bowman also speaking. I don't know, is it a bank holiday for the last 3 days in China? I don't know what's happening there. And then also, Chad, before we okay, let's get into the charts. What I want to talk about as well, the geopolitical tensions that's occurring now. And if you think about it, I know a lot of you will think that, okay, you saw the rockets being bombarded into Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, and you would think, okay, gold is going to shoot up. But a lot of the initial moves will happen as the news breaks. And then as it subsides, as the markets digest what's happening and what the next move is going to be from Netanyahu, then they'll start moving. But then also the dollar, and I just want you guys to be cognizant of this, and I just want to give you guys a little bit of an educational brief on this. Keegs, would you mind doing the poll? I completely forgot. Shot, my brother. And if you think of it from a technical standpoint, so fundamentally, the dollar data could be weak. But with the geopolitical tensions going on, you could see a strengthening in the dollar. Why? Middle Eastern tensions, you're going to have supply issues with oil. Oil prices are going to go up. Oil is mostly denominated in the dollar. So prices go up, there's going to be a demand for it. People could stockpile it. How do you buy it? You need dollars. So that's the first thing. Gold as well. DXY, dollar still being a safe haven currency for the world. So it also has its risk haven appeal to the market. So I do want to say this could be one of the trickiest NFPs we're going to go into, because you need to consider how heavily weighted is the geopolitical tensions and how heavily weighted is the fundamental elements. And between those two, you could see something where even with bad data, the dollar could run purely due to its safe haven appeal. And I just want you guys to consider that going into Friday. But nonetheless, Chad, let's get going here. Yesterday we spoke about, actually drew this out if you were making notes or if you were just waiting for the signal. We said it's a very easy trade for us if we break and hold above the zone, and we've done that. So I'm going to go bullish on the day for the dollar. I'm not expecting a big range day. I'm actually expecting a relatively small range day because this breakout has now occurred. We could be retesting the backside of it and potentially just create some type of resistance to be broken down tomorrow again. But I am bullish on DXY. Let's check the 5 minute quickly here. All right. Previous weekly high, there we go. Very simple for me here. I would love for us to just hold this level. If we're going to continue bullish, that level right there. Straight after that, I want to see us break and hold above the Asia highs. And if you can see daily pivot all the way down here, previous daily high all the way up there. That's going to be our first target. Then daily R1. I'll only get bearish on DXY below Asia lows. All right, Chad, very simple for me on DXY. US 30, let's quickly check it out. Daily yesterday. Okay, so bearish for me on the day. Keegan, actually, I think you were bearish yesterday or coming into it. Bearish for me. Why would I be bearish? For the simple fact that Monday closing bearish, holding above that level. Yesterday now closing back in the range. It's very simple range trading. I can't even say fundamentals, but just a simple range trading theme is that if you close back in a range, you're going to go to the lower end of the range. So I'm expecting us to trade somewhere here, either this morning or a little bit later today. I can only really get bullish once we get a minor break of structure above that weekly pivot. But for me, I will be bearish now for the rest of the day. I'll be bearish. And if it goes bullish, then I'm just on the wrong idea. Asia lows all the way down here. Quite a big zone that I'm going to draw out. Bearish if we stay below. Somewhat bullish if we hold above. And then we can just target Asia highs, daily pivot, EQ, everything sitting beautifully up there for us. But otherwise, I'm looking for yesterday's low to be taken. Nasdaq daily time frame, very simple as well. Let me just go back to the daily. Beautiful. There you can see yesterday's daily close, also back in the range. So where do you think we go to next? Very simple. Monthly pivot, this zone down here that was previously important for us. So I'm just going to refine this zone, Chad, because we could push up, reject there. Bearish for me on the day. All right, bearish on the day for me. 5 minute time frame clearly showing me the previous weekly low. If we hold below here, super bearish for the rest of the day. And then also weekly S1 Asia lows. I'm going to do something like this for us. Breaks below here, super bearish. All right. Hang Seng closing up 5.7, Nikkei down. What is happening in China, Chad? Chinese market's trading like the crypto market. If you miss crypto, just invest into the Hang Seng, it seems. Gold, very interesting. Very interesting that we're seeing here on gold. Yesterday closing below here, closing below that level there, and now today's daily candle all the way back up here. I don't know if you guys remember what I said yesterday. What did I tell you guys yesterday regarding the FIB? Did anyone take notes? Let's just see who's here for the signal and who's here for just the vibes. What did I say yesterday about gold? What did I say about gold? 38.2, beautiful, Bev. Also, what did I say? Just looking at recent price action. Okay, beautiful. And then chat, also what I mentioned is if you just look at recent price action, every time we break into a new high, we just have a little bit of pullback and then we continue bullish. Same there. And then also I mentioned yesterday, very likely that we can go bullish looking at the 38.2 there. So I'm bullish on gold, especially with what's happening geopolitically. So irrespective of the fundamentals, I think Keegs, was it last week when we spoke about it's almost like a double whammy for gold. So even if the data comes out weak, it's bullish for gold. The geopolitical tensions, bullish for gold. So there's a lot more going for gold than going against it. So I'm going to remain bullish while we trade above yesterday's low. Okay, so that is my idea on gold. Unfortunately though, just looking at recent price action here, we've already tested Asia lows. We're already trading somewhat bearish. And if I go on the grid, I'm going to say 2650, we're going to need to focus on 2650 to try and see if we're going to get some upside momentum. Otherwise, I want to actually see almost somewhat of a, I don't even want to call it a liquidity sweep, something like this, similar to what we talked about yesterday on US30. If we can get something like this off the lows, I will consider it. But it is super bearish currently. And then the big level, the big level for the rest of the session is going to be Asia lows, because that's where all of the moving averages are going to converge. So 2655, keep a big eye out for that. But Keegs, over to you, my brother.
All right, let's get into it, bro. So let's start it off with DXY. So DXY, guys, definitely I think it's on now. So my daily, I'm actually going to go bullish. And again, we spoke about this purely because of the idea. This was the first time now after rejecting this level, we could actually get some nice two-way bullish momentum after all the bearish pressure. So obviously we came into the 100-900 yesterday. We did close underneath it, but the fact we are kind of breaking out of this little range we've been stuck in over here, as you can see there, we've kind of broken out of this and we're kind of back into this next part here. So almost in a no man's land, but once we are trading back above here, I think we're solid. Obviously we closed off that 200 yesterday on the 4 hours. So now if we can start trading back to that again, I think we really are going to see some dollar strength. Keep in mind, as I said, every single day here, you're going to start seeing a lot of bullish pressure. So just keep the lookout for that. If we see DXY, the thing for me, guys, is not only our key levels, but all these levels, yeah, we did break, we had our retest, we did break, we had the retest. Again, everything looking very, very good. If DXY continues just to hold this 100-900 as we see in here, again, can definitely break Asia highs again. 100% think running for those previous daily highs is on the table. If we go over to NASDAQ now, NASDAQ for me, again, we're starting to see that bearish pressure come in. We failed, yeah, at the top, which was the big thing we spoke about. So again, this is where we kind of really going to start flipping neutral on NASDAQ now. So just keep an eye out there. But let's just get that in neutral. So why are we doing that? Purely because now we are at this level of support. So we want to see if we can hold it. Is this the area where it was going to trade down to find support, now continue to the top side? Or is it going to reverse here and then continue bearish still? When we look on the 15, obviously it is giving us some forms of hints that we obviously did trade bearish into this level, found support, trading up to the EQ as we can see previously, then trading back down. Asia highs holding, back at Asia lows, and also that weekly S1. So if we really start to trade underneath this weekly S1, I think we're going to see this continue even lower to the monthly pivot that is underneath us. So just keep the heads out for that one. Then with US30, let's have a look here. Again, we spoke about that US30. We were already neutral the whole time. I said to you guys, there was a good chance here. We can't go bearish after one candle, but after two and breaking some major levels, things do start to change a little bit. So what are we seeing here on the 4 hour? Obviously, there was that last little bit of a liquidity sweep, if you want to call it that. Trading back down, again, breaking those previous all-time highs, and now also taking these lows. So personally for me, guys, US30, I'm actually going to really say I'm more bearish. Obviously, this is a very neutral position right now, but I'm going to say we're bearish, and we're going to be trying to trade close to that weekly S1. So 41,900 I think is a nice area that we can say we're going to start looking for. We obviously can see the pressure starting to come in there. The big thing is trading down Asia lows, Asia highs. The Asia highs is the daily pivot EQ, which held for it, then breaking and holding this level of resistance, same as from yesterday, will support turn resistance. Now back at Asia lows, if we continue to see the break, this thing can really start to melt. Then lastly, guys, gold. Funny enough, Chris, I'm actually gonna say, bro, I'm bearish for the day. As much as I'm bullish, I can see us probably going a little bit bearish. Now, reason is, guys, pretty much what Chris was talking about, all that momentum. Now, when we start looking here on the 4 hour, you guys know I'm always someone to preach, again, the geopolitical tension, your fundamentals. But again, we're going to see the dollar truly start to come into play here. And now that's where the dollar for me is actually going to kind of, if the dollar really gets into its footing, it's almost going to kind of like overrule the gold, if you want to think of it that way. It's just going to overpower it in general. So we had the move all the way back down at 2630. Obviously coming back up, we failed to take out these little highs, coming back down to this weekly pivot and level of support. The big thing for me, if gold wants to hold this bullish momentum, it's going to need to get back up here. That's going to be key for it right now. It needs to get back up here. Obviously, we can see on the 30-minute, we are holding the 200 EMA there. We are starting to have that bearish pressure coming here. So if we cannot get back above into this level of support, and also looking to hold that and get above this weekly pivot EQ, then 100% we can go bullish, take those Asia lows and go for those Asia highs. But if we continue to fail over here under this level of support and it turns resistance, I'm probably going to say previous daily lows and almost on the way back to the previous all-time highs, 26.25 could be on the tables. So a little bit interesting one for me today on gold. But again, very, very much price reactive. So we just have to wait and see what happens there. But that's me, bro.
Or it is round. Chad, markets are open and in motion. Gemini looking for sells already in the sells. It is round 5. This is NFP week, baby. Ding, 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 ding. Fight. Okay, Chad, forgot GU. How can we forget GU? Daily, quick one. Daily for me is somewhat neutral, and I say neutral because two things. We close bearish, holding above this level here, but we also close bearish below that level there, so it can go either way. So I want to just be neutral on the day. 5-minute time frame, Asia lows taken, monthly pivot holding. There's that daily key zone, weekly S1. Very, very interesting price action. We've got Asia highs up here, and Chad, I'm going to be honest, could be somewhat of a choppy day. If we cannot hold above Asia highs, then it just becomes a little bit of a chop fest here. And then shortly after that, daily pivot is just above this round number here. So we've got a little bit of work to do on GU if we're going to get a setup. Otherwise, it's going to be somewhat of a chop day. Gold, oh, look at that. Look at that. So we'll see. Gemini is currently running a little bit hot, so if it wins this trade, hey Keeks, I don't know.
What is Gemini doing?
Selling. Gemini is in the sell zone. Chat, let's quickly go through the fundamental chat here. Dylan Savage prepping a beautiful report there for us. Dylan, Joshua 1 verse 8 to 9. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate in it day and night, that you may observe to do according to all that is written in it. For then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid, nor be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Amen. Thank you for that, my brother. Most Asian stock markets sank on Wednesday, catching up with the sell-off on Wall Street after Iran's ballistic missile strike on Israel provoked fears of a wider regional conflict, while crude oil pushed high on the risk of supply disruptions. Hang Seng stock index surged more than 4% as the market sugar rush from China's stimulus announcement shows little signs of fading. Hang Seng index is now the new BTC indicator. I'm kidding. Dollar held onto its sharpest gains in a week on Wednesday after an Iranian missile attack on Israel drove buying of safe assets as investors fretted about the conflict in the Middle East. Citigroup said that it now expects the European Central Bank to cut rates by 25 basis points in its October 17th meeting. Iran said on Wednesday its missile attack on Israel, its biggest military assault on the Jewish state, was over, barring further provocation, while Israel and the United States promised to retaliate against Tehran as fears of a wider war intensified. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu promised that arch foe Iran would pay for its missile attack against Israel on Tuesday, while Tehran said any retaliation would be met with vast destruction, raising fears of a wider war. So, Chad, I think it's now a good time to talk about it. So, in the book, it talks about a lot of countries coming up against Israel, and it also talks about, in Revelation, it talks about Russia. And if you think about it, the BRICS countries, so what's going to happen is Russia is going to start colluding with Iran. And then what's going to happen is China is going to get involved with Russia, with all of these communist countries. It's all written there in that book. Some of us think it's just a cool book, but it's actually written there talking about Russia, talking about China. A lot of these communist countries going against Israel. And then what's going to happen is these countries are all going to go against Israel. And now the US becomes involved. And you know how Putin feels about the US. As soon as the US is going to get involved with this, Russia is going to, on a very deep level, also get involved with this. So, yeah, Chad, this could really get into an ugly thing. I don't want to put any fear or anything on anybody, but just be aware, all right? Just be very aware that this thing can really turn into something terrible. And it's not that we want it. It's not even good. It's not even a case of, oh, we're going to trade gold. People's lives are at stake here. And could get real messy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it is we in for a bumpy ride. It's all gonna be how things pan out from here. Very honest, Biden is not the right guy to be in office for this. What do you rate, Keegs?
With regard
by gold, World War III.
It's a tough one, bro. Gold can 100% just rocket, bro. But like we say, this can go sideways very, very quickly.
All right, Chad. Let's check here. GU. Oof, gold pushing. Gemini getting Rectosaurus here. Let's see what else is there in the chat. Sechaba Tlali, who owned FinTech Focus. I don't know who owned it before, but I know who owns it now, my brother. Exner is sending some agents here. Exner, stop it. Come on. Stop sending these agents here to us. Exner is trying to scare us here. From the looks of it, you guys are scared deleting all of our comments. Chad, I haven't cooked up yet. I wanna sit down when I cook that thing, so there's no rush for it. That's how it works in chess. When they think, oh, it's dwindled over, and then the next morning it's like, oof. I thought these boys are over it. Oh. All right. Thanks, Dylan. Pull back, continue. Let him cook. I know Jakes is a big fan of XNES. I know Jakesy loves a good XNES. No, Carl, I took that personal. And here's the thing. Oh, yeah, Gemini about to get clapped. I took it personal because I never. You'll see my comments. It was never anything out of line or anything that's like swear words. Like some of the oaks going on there, using the P word, the Afrikaans, the P bomb, nuking some P missiles there in the comments. I did none of that. I was very subtle with the comments. For instance, the one comment I said, I thought I've seen it all. Seems like I haven't. That was the one comment. But anyways, so can I get a brief about this XNES story? Oh, all right, now we'll keep it for, or watch the video when it comes out. You mean the cat word? Hey, I mean, is it that? It's a strong Afrikaans word. Keeks, that's one of the strongest. Like when you say that word, it's like, poof.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, somebody drive into my office.
Drop in some bombs there.
Yo. I always thought that's a very ugly word, but for some reason I think in P, the C word is a very ugly.
Yeah, bro, I always used to say that. So like, when I would always surprise me. So if everyone says the P word, but say the C word, bro, like, you are cancelled.
But
go anywhere else. Go to like Cape Town or that. Everyone says the C word, and if you said the P word, then they want to hit you. And it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's opposite here, Chad. It's like the C word. You can say the P word. It's like, but if you say it, it's like, oh, Keeks, what did you just say? No, man, I'm talking about Bongi and Bonambi, die wetkant. Hardloop na die wetkant toe. Oh yeah, cat in Netherlands. Yeah, you're right. Yo, that P word, bro. Sure. That word is horrific.
It's a very sharp word, bro.
But if you think about it, Keeg, what is your default word? We all have that one table where you walk in barefoot and you break your small toe on it. What is that default? Eina. Pierboom. Nila. Perfect, will do, my brother. As we wait here for the opening 15 minutes to 4 more minutes left, actually 3. I had a discussion yesterday with Nila, and we were talking about business, and we were talking about expanding your business, and specifically in Nila's case, we said, and I told Nila, and I said, if you wanna grow your business, there's obviously somebody that's making the decision to use you as a vendor, as a supplier, as a contractor, whatever it is. So I said, it's one thing giving me a piece of paper. Yeah, you give me this beautiful company profile, and I look at it and I'm like, yo, beautiful. I see this and the company looks great. But if I can put a name and a face to that company, and I've got relation with that person, then I can say, listen, I know Neil, I've seen Neil, I've spoken to Neil. Neil is the guy that I want for the job. And I told Nila and I said, if you want to expand your business, you got to get into the environment of decision makers, because they are ultimately the guys that pull the trigger on this. So you need to find out who's the decision maker. You go and chat to that person. Even if you have to force, even if you have to say, I'll make an appointment. You phone again, gonna have an appointment. You go sit there, and I promise you, I always saw it with the engineering. And this is not exactly the same, but the reps from the different companies, for instance, Hilti, some of the waterproofing companies, ABE, Sika, and they would constantly come to you, because as an engineer on a lot of the big projects, we had to spec certain stuff. So either it be something to do with the waterproofing, either it's something to do with the type of bolt they use, type of product they use. So if you put it in your specification, the contractor has to use it. And they would always come there. And the one guy, and still till today, when I fixed my pool, the one guy, John Zemke, and I even remember his name after all these years, from Sika, Chad, that man was on you every single day. Hey, Chris, how's it going? All right, just a quick chat. Pops into the office, and if you ask him something, this is the second thing. If I phone John and I say, John, we're looking at specifying something here, please come and have a look. It's not like, it's like, dude, give me 20 minutes, where are you? And he would drive out and he would help you. And a lot of the other guys then came to me and said, why are we so biased towards Sika? And I said, John Zemke is absolutely destroying you guys. And they're like, but how? I said, not necessarily the product or the price. I said, that man is outworking all of you. He is, when I phone him, he's there. When I ask him for something, he's there. You guys need to get a John Zemke. Stop doing these little road shows and these events and giving away all of this hampers. Just give good service. No, Michael. All of the back testing stuff is paid. I don't know if Keegan knows about anything that's not paid, but for the most part, it's paid. Keeks.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you think the value of a business mentor is? Very valuable. Very valuable, Nila. If I had a business mentor, I would most probably not even be on the stream. So I thank God on the one side for not giving me a business mentor. But then also on the other side, had to make a lot of decisions on my own, had to learn the lessons on my own. And that's why I always say I try and give as much to Keegan, and you can ask Keegan. I relay a lot of my lessons over to him. So in the hopes that in his business journey that you wouldn't make the same mistakes as I did. So the only thing is I got a lot of lessons. Unfortunately, there was a price to those lessons. So if you're going to get a business mentor, they already paid the price, so you can just walk on their shoulder. I think Jeremy can also tell you a lot of lessons in business, and it usually costs a lot of money. Those lessons cost money. Oh, Chad. Nila, but we are busy with something. I actually had a call with Jeremy yesterday on Monday. We've got something in the works, specifically for business, specifically for networking, specifically getting guys like, for instance, Andy. Chad, I don't think you guys realize what a heavyweight Andy is, and I'm not talking about his physical weight. I'm talking about in the business world. Just off the record, you guys had the opportunity. He was, I don't know his current net worth status, but he was a billionaire. There was a stage in his life where he was a billionaire. So you guys had the opportunity on Saturday to sit with somebody that is, in terms of the business world, he's a big boy. He's not a nilly-willy guy. He's Chad. Jeremy would even tell you that people would pay money just to sit with him and consult with him. And there you guys were having pizza and drinks with the guy in and amongst us. So, big boy. Day before they bought the company for how many $1 million, Geeks?
15.
No, 150. Was it not 150?
Oh, I can't remember, bro. I just remember it was a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
This man
Chad.
says it like with a smile on his face. I was just like, what am I doing here?
Rookie numbers need to pump them up. Nila, chat to me. I will be able to help you, my brother. That's why I paid a lot of money for MBA. Nila, I'm more than happy to help you, my brother. We can chat afterwards. We can set some meetings. We'll first assess where you are. But I'll chat to you. There's a lot we can look at. Assess the industry that you're in, your competitors, where you're based, opportunities. Some simple textbook stuff that we can go through, and then developing a plan of action of how to now go to that next level. Because you don't just wake up one morning and it's like, poof, I've hit the next level. Oh, damn, I'm a billionaire. No. Happens in steps. A billion rand. Hey, bro. When was my accountant here? Last week.
Sometime like that, yeah.
Nee, onthou 'n miljard is 1000 biljoen. Donnie. So it's $1 billion, 1 miljard is 1000 biljoen. I'll see him says, yeah. No, Neil, you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay me a cent. I'm more than happy to help you, my brother. More than happy to help you. When you come to P, you can buy me and Keegan a coffee.
I'll take a coffee, bro. I won't complain.
Coffee should be perfect for us. Chad, what is the... Yo, I'm a little bit off this SA40. This thing has been violent. Sharon, here's the thing with business. As much as we think there's a certain recipe and every businessman has got it figured out. A lot of times we don't. It's just a matter of observing what's going on, adapting, pivoting. So if you are in business and you feel like, flip, I don't know what I'm doing. A lot of us, when we started a business, didn't know what we were doing. So that's normal. Don't think like you're going to start a business and you just crush it and it's like, I just know exactly what I'm doing. That is, dude, a lot of times we don't know what we are doing. Type in Google billion rand to Afrikaans. That's weird. Ek het altyd gedoog se biljoen rand. Miljard. Alright, so it's a miljard. You're right, Donnie. You're right. Can this be?
You learn something new every day.
Bafana Masilela. Questions like that is usually weird. Somebody comes with very, very specific, very technical questions. It means that they're trying to do something very specific. Very simple. Make 10% in phase 1 without exceeding your daily drawdown of 5% or your max 10% drawdown. Phase 2, make 5%. Still holding those drawdown rules and you get funded. It's as simple as that. Keegs, is trading your only income or are you also pushing something on the side?
Purely trading. Multiple streams of trading, but purely trading.
You never told them that story with the OnlyFans for a bit to fund your trading account. You never...
Bro, that's meant to be a secret.
Oh, sorry. Sure. But at one stage you will share about how you...
It's part of my rags to riches story.
Okay.
I'm gonna be we were planning to like air it like maybe December time on Carte Blanche.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you transitioned from OnlyFans to Only Heads, eh?
Yeah, only heads.
Only Heads, okay.
Little head and shoulders.
Oh, Chad. Why do I feel like the chat is a little bit on edge here this morning? Chad, what's happening here? Why is the chat on edge? Is it these XNES agents watching our stream there? Ooh. The chat is feeling a little on edge here. What's happening? XNES, is you... Wait, let me check here. XNES, is it you guys in there? XNES, we see you guys, eh? Take it easy. And send those agents here. And send your agents here. We'll deal with you guys. XNES, better believe we'll deal with them. Come send the agents here. See those agents here. Jeremy, I don't know if you're going to be around a little bit later. I just want to quickly see if we can get something here around GBP USD.
Sorry, is Gemini still in his trade?
I think it got still in.
Because I was saying, bro, EQ and the 200, maybe this thing bounces off, bro. Hey, Chad. And best note, you can talk Oscars. I literally took the funded account off my phone. it is payout on Monday. Then the firecrackers done a phase 1, a phase 2, and a payout. We have parked the bus.
Excellence, we're watching you guys. As you watch us, we're tracking your IPs. I'm kidding. Oh, no, Chad.
I don't know, Bev. That's coming in the next 2 weeks, bro. Remember, we got to. It's full transparent, proven results. So we got to show you guys what I preach is what I do. 4%.
Oh, this man is also
payouts.
this man is also on the violent train. Yeah, I saw what you did there. Hey, you naughty dude. Yes, this man is naughty. I told him when we went into the stream, I said, I'll be the bad cop, good cop. And he just went bad cop, bad cop. Oh, Kings. Damn, bro. That is incredible. Straight out of a...
Where can I go print a big board, bro?
Let's see, what is that movie? Will Ferrell and... the two cops, man.
Hey.
Gator. What's the... Hey, Amina. The other guys.
There we go, the other guys, yeah.
Chris, can you please explain why it is important to wait a week on a candle before entering a trade after finding a setup? Kitty, very good question. And the reason you need to wait for the song is that's why the chat is on edge. I mean, thanks so much for that, Dono. So, Giddy, if you think about it, this 5-minute candle there has got 5 1-minute candles in it. So a lot of times, even if you look at this bearish engulfing candle, there's obviously a series of candles within that candle. And the reason you want to wait for a top or a bottom wick is that is usually the pullback on the lower time frames. So for instance, yesterday I shared this trade idea with you guys just before we jumped off stream. Right here, you can actually go and watch the stream. Not even lying, I drew this candle out. And I said, guys, I still like the sells. And I said, if we get a minor break of structure here, I said we will go from the daily S2 to the daily S3. And believe it or not, these concepts actually work against contrary belief. But anyways, so the reason you would want to wait for a top wick or a bottom wick, and especially in this case here, let's quickly look at this break of structure here, is that top wick there on a 1 minute could basically just be a pullback to retest a 1 minute breakout. Okay, so you always consider that wick for you just looks like a wick, but on a 1 minute it could basically be a retest of a certain level. Okay, so it's just purely how candles form. It's almost like a little slingshot. You pull it back, and then once it basically flips over, you would expect it to drive. So think of it, you're trying to sell. That top wick is you pulling back that slingshot, and then as you leave it and it goes past the flip zone, you would want it to drive. So that's just the idea. I don't know if I feel like I chopped that explanation. Does it make sense? Oh, that was terrible. What do you think about the delivery on that, Keegs? I don't think
it was alright, bro. Not your best work, but it was alright.
I've done better. I feel like I've done better work.
Yeah, it was not your best, but it got the message over.
I think Gemini is getting charred here now.
Gemini taking some shots there.
Chad, this thing is holding on by a whisker.
You can do it, Gemini.
A whisker.
Bring it home. If you can.
Made sense, okay. Ek het verstaan, Chris. It makes sense, okay. Yeah, I think, but Giddy, if I'm not mistaken, you have been here. So what I'll do is once we get a trade opportunity, I will basically go through that thinking as well. It's going to be better when I actually use it in action for us to then look at why it is important. And yeah, hopefully it's always an example is a lot better than just trying to explain it off the cuff. Chat 2655, I think we need to be on alert there. US 30, interesting. Fighting back here. Nasdaq, choppy. As some of our fellow brethren would say, chopperara. NFP, chopperara. Call it breathing, Chris. Oh, chopperarera. I don't know if he moved back. I don't know. But yeah, no beef from our side. I feel we've.
Oh, guys, we're joking.
Yeah, we've officially squashed that beef. We had another chat. I actually contacted him afterwards, and I just said, bro, like after that day when he phoned me, I said it was fine, but it wasn't fine, and I said like I don't want to have this weird thing between us. So I said it happens. It happens. It's in a lot of cases it will sour the relationship a bit, and it will never be the same as what it was. But there's no need for us to hold anything against one another. So.
No.
And honestly, just wish him the best. Phoned him as well to try and help get his Instagram back. Some of the contacts that we have to try and get that back. So yeah, it's not like we love the brother, we love everyone, and a lot of times. The life's too short to hold grudges, Chad. Okay. Gemini. Ooh.
Oh, Gemini taking shots.
I said this thing was bullish, but guys don't believe me. Boys, doubt the 38.2 special. Yeah, I don't like what I like that we're testing at 200, but GU's gonna need to get a move on here. Otherwise, we can throw it in the bin for the rest of the day. No, I mean, it's not even setting an example. We've said it so many times. We're not perfect. Neither me nor Keegan. I would say I'm a little bit more perfect than Keegan. He's a little bit more rough around the edge. But I still love you, Keegs. No, but
It's a news event, bro. I've traded so many today. A few screws just went loose.
yeah, I mean, it's yeah. We try. We human. We make mistakes. We swear. We do wrong things. We try and do the right things all the time, but ultimately it's a case of just acknowledging your weaknesses and acknowledging that there's certain things that you have to work at, and yeah, so it's a process. That is life. That is why it is a journey, and it's not just a 1 second race. We journey together. Lennon, I don't trade GJ, my brother. GJ is, I told you guys, I've been married for 11 years. I've got 2 kids. I was bullied into a vasectomy. Like, dude, I had a lot to deal with. GJ, it's a no from me. It's a big no from me. There's no need for that type of excitement. I think when I get to my midlife crisis phase, something in me will say, like, you're feeling a little bit edgy, and then I'll put GJ back on the list. But currently still fine. Keegs, what do you rate?
Yeah, bro. I haven't missed it. If I'm honest, I haven't missed it.
Menti, they are busy with it. Tech team is busy with it. That is due to the new dashboard running concurrently with the current one. So hopefully this Friday, we're just busy checking the last bit of, just actually not the last bit, we're just doing a final comb over. So hopefully this Friday, I don't know if I'm optimistic, but potentially this Friday or next week, the new dashboard will be ready.
Hey.
Yes, Rian, 1%. I don't think there's anything against Dubai, if I'm not mistaken.
Against Dubai? What do you mean?
No, withdrawing.
Oh.
Chris, can you share the GU backtest results? Hanu, absolutely not. That is our secret. That's our retirement plan. The tribe has spoken. That neural network will not be available publicly. There will just be signs with Hanu driving a pimped out XC90 with very big wheels, race chip, H&R shock kit on it. Did Chris really say Choparara? Yeah. No, I'm kidding, Anu. I think we'll share a little bit later, Chad. But yesterday, incredible to see what it did, and that was before Anu. I'll chat to you afterwards. Chris, can you please go through that strategy used for news trading? The one that we have to wait for 5-minute candle. Also, why did you stop using it? Giddy, I was just, I'm living on the edge now with Keegs. So Keegan said, why wait for the 5 minutes if you can live on the edge? And I said, dude, let's do it. I'm not getting any younger. Might as well get in with you. No, Giddy, I'm kidding. Very simple, the 5-minute strategy. You'll maybe get 3 or 4 a year. But the accuracy on it's very high, and it's purely, let's say, on a news event, you're going to have, say, news trading close to a pivot, either monthly or weekly. And what's going to happen is the 5-minute candle after the event is usually, and I say usually, this is what it should look like. Let's say it's holding above there, it's bullish. It will close bullish, but with like a massive wick, almost like 2-3 times the size of the actual candle. Then the idea is very simple, that a lot of guys will look at that wick and think this is a rejection, trying to sell into it. But what the market is going to do, it's going to go and fill that wick. And all you do is you wait for a bottom wick. You wait for a bottom wick to form. And as soon as it flips bullish, you put a buy stop there. You can go as big as you want. And your stop is literally the bottom wick. So in some cases, it could be 3 pips, 4 pips. And then it usually drives to fill 80% of that wick. So the reason you do this is because it's a very high probability play. And you've basically missed all of that chopping, all of that chopperara. You missed that. Spreads have then closed back to normal. And then also you can have a very tight stop. So if you're trading your personal account, it's not like you're over risking. Your risk is set. You take the buy stop, you go for the wick fill, and yeah, that's as simple as it gets. I hope that helps.
Oh, it's just that we converted Chris to the dark side.
That's funny, Chris. I only trade GJ, not 6. Yo, bro, GJ has made me a lot of money, and it's also lost me a lot of money. So it's a love-hate relationship. But for now, I just hate it. Does DXY affect gold? To some extent, but not always, Pedro. Not on the lower time frames. And the reason I say that is if you look at DXY and if you look at gold, there are times where they move together. And remember, DXY is most heavily weighted in the euro. It's not necessarily just the dollar. It's most heavily weighted against the euro. So it's a basket of currencies. But you can look at the correlations between the two. From the day you get funded, my brother. Alt funded not allowing new accounts until Friday. No, that's not true. You can grab an account right now. Yo, it's one of those sessions, Keegs. One of those.
I mean, even gold. Gold, as much as it's holding there under the EQ and that, it's not moving. It's just there. So, just chilling out, bro.
US 30.
Trying to see what the market's doing. What is US 30 doing even? That's your, I wouldn't take anything there.
I don't know if Jeremy is around. Jeremy, I'm just gonna run to the bathroom quickly. I think we can chat. Yeah. There's. Yeah, this chat is gonna just be chop. If I'm honest.
I mean, nothing even on GU for you.
No, the issue I have with GU is we've taken Asia lows, and I told the guys if we're gonna reject here, it's just gonna be stuck in this range, and also that's why I was neutral on the day, because the daily candle as well is in between these two zones here. So, yeah, it's still not the end of the session, because if we can get above this round number and hold above Asia highs, it's looking good. But other than that, it could be just one of those chop days. So how do the guys say, Keeks, when it's choppy? The influences?
Chaparara.
Sure.
And then it's the markets are against us.
Sure.
But then I somehow passed 2 phases in one day.
Yo.
The mystery continues.
Yo, so the owners just pass these accounts, it's like...
minimum days don't apply to them.
Yo, Chad.
Phase 1, one day. Phase 2, the next day. And then live the next day. And then no payout.
Yo. I don't know, Chad. I don't know. Ooh.
The real question is, bro, I think we don't even have to worry about the traders anymore. But then, can you trust the prop firm? Can they do payouts if that's the people they do business with?
Yo, now let me go pee. This man is cooking. Let him cook. I'll be back. Oh. Yo, what did we eat for breakfast, bro? There was violence for breakfast. Yes, it's just violence.
The markets are against us, is the popular one. Yeah, bro. Keeks, I told you, I'm 1-9, I know. 1-9 on the dot. The weather's making the owners violent. Yeah, bro, this cold, rainy, sunshine, confused weather, it's messing with us, bro. It's messing with the boys. I was thinking, I don't think I ever put up the story today. Yeah, that I was meant to do. Where do we get the discount code for the challenges? Charles, obviously there's the one right on the screen, the big yellow sticker. Otherwise, are you talking about the one to trade news with us? Or which one are you talking about? Is it a holiday in the UK or something? CNY bank holiday. The pound, I think, is tomorrow. No, German's tomorrow. Yeah, bro, what's happening at CY? It's bank holiday today, Thursday, Friday. Next week, Monday. Yes, so those guys are like taking a week and a half off. Guys, like, okay, quick one actually. Like, I'm really not trying to be rude now, but what do people think the yellow sticker is? Because they don't read it. So what do people think it is? Thanks. Guess would to help to look at the whole screen. Lol. Yeah. No, Charles just said, please, brother, I'm not trying to be rude here. Like, genuinely, we've actually had so many people in the chat who even answer this. Like, we've had so many people, how many times, ask us for discount codes and stuff like that. When, I mean, there's literally one on the screen. So do guys just, like, not notice it? Or it's just they don't actually read it? Like, genuinely, we ask this because obviously we need to then think if guys... Like, for example, like Rick is saying, if it is difficult to read, we actually need to come up with another way to portray it. Sometimes when something is right in front of you, you don't see it. It could be that as well. Keys, make the red. We could do that. We could do that.
Chad, then I want to specifically, Rydell's going to do a video, and this is something that makes me sick to my stomach. There's a gentleman called Jody Lowe, and I just need to withhold myself from saying very bad things here because...
This guy's still going on.
So, Jody Lowe... SMC Joa or whatever. You can be very glad I found Jesus many years ago. Alright? Many years ago I found God. Alright? And for a very good reason. But if I didn't find God and I found Jody Lowe in Cape Town. Alright? Charging people 20,000 Rand to pass vault funded challenges for them, after which he failed multiple accounts, then getting refunded the accounts as it was flagged by the compliance team, getting refunded all of that money that he took from the clients to buy the challenges, then withholding the money for both the challenges and the consultation fee that the clients paid to them. And then people messaging me on Instagram in tears because this little dude took 20 investors. It's almost, what is that? Almost 400k. And Chad. This is something that honestly, when I spoke to Rydell, I said very, very bad words. And Rydell understood my frustration, and Jeremy and the rest of you guys will know how I feel about this, and how I feel about people and people getting scammed. So this for me on a very deeper level is, dude. If there's something that can really get me riled up, it's something like that. So Jody Lowe better believe that I'm helping all of those guys with the FSCA. And there was a young gentleman many years ago called Mario Nell, the infamous Mad Charts. And I also helped all of those people with the FSCA. So, Jody Lowe, you better believe, my brother, that, So if you guys can find that young gentleman for him, because there's the wrath of me and the FSCA is gonna fall very hard upon that young gentleman.
We can also just trip him, like, into my knee.
Yes, they do. I don't know why people do that. Anyways, yeah. He's blocked me on all of the platforms as well, so... Alright, sorry Chad.
Ah, bro. We'll cancel him. Very quick.
Yeah, bro, I'm never gonna DM anybody. Not on any platform. So if anyone DMs you, I don't even have the time to DM my wife a lot of days. So I'm honestly not gonna sit and build chats and ask you how your trading is going and then telling you about the volatility in the market. They all use the same tactics, so please don't. Let me see. Is Jeremy still here? Sorry, Chad. The chat is quite busy here this morning. Dude, it's yeah. I even told Keegs I would actually like to stop streaming, and all we do is we do what these kick streamers do, that go and find the PDF files. I don't know if you guys have seen that. So they find all of the PDF files and they give him some source. All right. Can we do teams? Jeremy, we can definitely do teams. Give me 1 second, my brother. So
Victor, bro. We're with you there, bro. It's gonna be an accident. My thing is, so Steven, I've always said to guys, like, firstly, okay, yes, to a point, you're an idiot for doing that. Because my second thing is, trading's trading. It doesn't matter if it's a demo. It doesn't matter if it's phase 1, if it's phase 2, if it's live. If you couldn't pass the phases, and now the account is live, not because it's live, now you're miraculously going to be able to trade. You're probably just going to blow the account when it's live. Like, do people think like trading is 10 times easier? Like, they make it harder when it's in phases. That when it's live, hey, now I'm going to be a phenomenal trader.
all right, interesting. Thanks so much, Kate. Interesting.
What's it, please, Chris? What is the withdrawal process like for payouts from Vault Funder? Thanks so much.
Quick, easy.
To your bank.
Into your account. Yeah, you can chat to some of the guys that have that payout. Some of them got it in 2 hours, some of them 4 hours, some of them 12 hours. All just depends on how busy the finance team is.
But the thing is, it's so weird because I still today, like, there's so many guys that do that, the passing accounts for people. And I'm just like, yo.
All right, Chad, we've got Mr. Jeremy Liberty, the official advisor, chairman of the 2Gs. He is our advisor. He's on the non-executive board of 2Gs. Let me just bring this music down. And he is also the official public representative of the Gs. So, Jeremy, thanks so much for joining us, my brother.
You see that?
I see he's still muted. I think he's going to unmute himself now.
Sorry, brother.
There we go.
Thanks for the amazing intro. It feels like I'm on carte blanche. I'm sitting here and chatting to international investors. But Chris, I think I'd like to chat about two things that you guys have really brought up. The first thing is, from a user perspective, my experience, and saying viewing what you guys are doing, a guy like Jody might be doing himself in such a manner that he doesn't see the beauty and the opportunity to work with you. Unfortunately, business skills, business acumen is not a book that we read, and we can't make mistakes with other people's livelihood. So Jody, if I'm going to be honest with you, my brother, if you're on the stream or not, there's a beautiful teachable moment in the space. You might have burnt your bridges with Chris, but choosing to do well and do good as a good steward of people's finances, there's an opportunity for you to turn it around and take responsibility and do well. That's just there. So sorry, Jody, I'm not trying to fight with you. I'm just saying that there's an opportunity for you to do good, and many people don't get that opportunity. I think Neil's question, on the other hand, is probably one of the ones that's intriguing me for this morning. His first question was centered around moving in circles and making business makers and obviously influential people. Neil, in all honesty, it's these opportunities don't come because we sit in there and we have all our ducks in a row. These opportunities come because when an event is made, or a seminar or something is being brought to the table, the mere fact that you pitch up into the room, something's going to happen. And while you're pitching up in the room, you have a responsibility to get out of your comfort zone and shake hands and introduce yourself to those opportunities. With that also being said, Neil, you're probably fortunate, and most people on the stream don't have a business bank account or a registered business. And that's the easiest things to do. Go on to CIPC, register a business, PE certificate, tax certificates are all going to be there for about $400. And when you have all of those things in play, you can act on the opportunities that are presented in time. And what I mean by that is, if Chris walks into a meeting with me and we have a conversation, and in the conversation an opportunity presents itself, I should be ready with all of the back end to support those opportunities. Otherwise, I'm not a business person. Otherwise, it's just a nice conversation of would have, could have, should have. It doesn't pull it across the line. It doesn't materialize. And the same thing goes for how do you engage with a guy that is far bigger than you? Well, your network is going to do that. Chris introduced us to Andy's deal, and one of the deals that I did my homework on was over 400 million rand deal that the guy brokers. You are not going to find that guy in KFC buying a two-piece streetwise. So forget about sitting in a space where you're going to enjoy the conversation and be a part of a lower LSM. Those guys only come out with special events. Those are the kind of guys Woolworth sends their manager to deliver their stuff, not even Checker 60. So we got to be sure that when we get an opportunity where it presents itself so beautifully, we have the right acumen, we have the right attitude, we have the right language, and when we sit into those spaces, we can add value. Sometimes, if you're too smart for the conversation, play dumb. If you're too dumb for the conversation, keep quiet and wait for an opportunity to be smart. You guys have an opportunity to play. And I think the last point that I would like to say is, everyone in this community that is in this chat, we've gotten nuggets from Chris and the team and people that has brought information across the board. How have you actioned those nuggets or opportunities, and how have you prepared yourself to be ready for anything that happens? On Saturday, we had a 2G's meet in Cape Town, and in that meet, we had doctors, we had architects, we had accountants, we had engineers, we had guys that are doing first-time business, and all of those guys have one thing in common. They need someone to back them so that when a deal gets there, the deal can happen. That is only going to happen in community. Community is the only thing that's going to open up doors for you and show you a viable way of growing. And the best communities is the one where you participate and you be active in. So I think that's my first point, Chris, and I'd love to hear what your feedback is.
No, I appreciate it. Jeremy, I definitely think it's exactly that, what you said. You need to get out. You need to get yourself in the right conversations. And I think Jeremy would also know that any business owner, anybody even looking to do business or even looking to employ somebody, let's say of a high caliber, as a consultant, as an employee, whatever, the thing that they usually look for is somebody that can solve problems, somebody that can think for themselves, and somebody that can take action. And when I say take action, it's not like you jump up and down in the office and you're playing, what's the guy's name from 10x, Grant Cardone, audio books, 10x, action, that. No, actually in the moment, make a decision, good or bad. One of my first business mentors always said, he said, Chris, if you can't get hold of me and you need to make a big decision, he's like, a bad decision is better than no decision. He's like, at least make a decision. We can deal with it afterwards. If it was a cuck one, we'll play it off, we'll manage it. But not making a decision is also terrible. And I've seen it for myself as well, as an employer as well, somebody that's done business as well. The most frustrating thing for any business owner working with anybody is somebody that does not have initiative, that you constantly need to feed, and you need to wind up, and you wind up, and you feed, and you feed. And it's like, to a point, I'll do that, and that's fine. But there needs to come a point where you start spearheading something. Otherwise, you'll always be that guy that you're going to be around for a little while. You're going to get irritated. We actually, let me not even talk about that, but recently we saw that in the one team, and I said, it's gotten now to the point where we just need to let you go, unfortunately, because you're not adding value. You're actually a burden, and once you become that burden, that's usually when you get chalked, because nobody's running around wanting to baby feed you and spoon you, and that's the thing. Business people, like, if you come with an idea, don't go to a meeting and you want to pitch a businessman something and he's asking you the questions. You should come there already with your plan. You shouldn't be the one, oh, but Chris, Keegan, did you guys think about this? Oh, no, shit, we didn't think about. Keegan, Chris, do you guys actually know in what market you operate in? Oh, we're thinking, one morning Keegan had a little bit of protein and he said, Chris, this will do well. No. Go to that meeting and actually have the solutions, have the answers. That's why, I don't know how many streams ago, but I told you guys, I don't know, my brain works weird like that. If I go into a big meeting or a meeting that we're trying to pitch something, trying to get something off the ground, I have this conversation with myself where I'm having the meeting in my head and I'm thinking, all right, the guy can ask this. How do you respond? Okay, let's say the meeting tilts towards that. How do you respond? So constantly I'm playing out these different scenarios in my head. So by the time the meeting is there, I've actually already subconsciously gone through all the scenarios. And then when the answers, when the questions come, it's like, all right, so we're pivoting. This is where the meeting's going to go. This is how you're going to answer. And a lot of us don't do that. And I don't know if it's just my brain that works like that, overactive, but these conversations you have with yourself.
Yeah, I think just to add to that quickly, Chris, is I think also talking a little bit on that idea of, again, taking the opportunities. Chris and myself actually spoke about this when we were on the way to Cape Town. And people always say, like, if only they could get opportunity, if only they could have this, if only they could do that. But it's the thing of, you do get lots of opportunities. It doesn't tell you how good it's going to be. There's not like when it comes here, it's like, this is the multi-million-dollar opportunity. This is a $10,000 opportunity, whatever the case is. It's opportunity is opportunity. And you can't say, hey, okay, well, I'm not in the place to take it today, maybe tomorrow. When it's there, like Chris says, you got to make the decision. And this came back to something I had from a family member or learned from a family member. And that's why even today, like literally when we did the 2Gs, I take any opportunity that truly comes my way to do something, because I want your people, just something small to do is just to go sit down and think how many opportunities you've passed down. And now think to yourself, how many of those could have been that multi-million-dollar opportunity that would have been the life-changing one?
Yeah.
So it's something we always, again, in our little group, and we things we always talk about is, when was the last time you did something for the first time? So always make sure you're ready to grab those opportunities and make the decisions.
Sorry, last one. It was actually just before we boarded the flight. Keegan mentioned it, and I think that it's your brother. Was it your brother or your? So his brother also said, Keegan, in life, any opportunity you get, you take it, good or bad. The opportunity could be good, it could be bad at the end. But he told Keegan, and it was very wise words that his brother told him, and I would still love to meet him. But he said, Keegan, you take every opportunity, because somewhere along the line, those opportunities won't come again. And maybe a lot of times the opportunity you take now sets you up for another opportunity. Maybe that opportunity, maybe that's not the final destination for you. And I've seen it in my own business career, that things that I wanted to happen 6 years ago, business relationships developed 6-7 years ago, where you think that's off the table, then all of a sudden 6-7 years later, those relations become important again. That relationship you built 6-7 years ago, there wasn't a mutual interest back then, but now 6-7 years later, that opportunity there that closed down all of a sudden opens up into a new opportunity. And that's why I always say you don't burn bridges as you go across them, because sometimes you have to go back on that same bridge. Same with my dad always taught me this Afrikaans saying, fonteintjie, nooit weer sal ek uit jou drinkie, saying that if there's a water, let's say there's a water fountain, don't drink of the fountain walking away and say, never again will I need to drink from you. And it's the same with the bridges. Sometimes in life you're going to have to go take a few steps back, maybe even go back to that old job, maybe go and knock there and say, listen, I failed my business, whatever, is there still an opportunity for me? And if you burnt that bridge, I promise you that director is going to say, listen here, see you at the cross, here's a little Bible verse, Psalm 23, good luck, see you at the end, but no opportunity here for you.
So good, Chris. I think you've hit the nail on the head. And if I have to just do the second conversation is, Malcolm Gladwell has a principle that's called the 10,000 hour rule. I'm in my 40s. I've made money. I've lost money. I've built businesses. I've lost it. I've been in many different industries. And I sort of had to reinvent my wheel in many spaces, from COVID, from all of those kind of things. So it's not exclusive to me. Business is exclusive to all of us based on the opportunity that is there. And some of the stuff that I've learned on the conversations was the 10,000 hour rule works when the 1%. If you want to become the 1% of any industry, the 10,000 hour rule works. But it only works if the rules stay the same. Tennis, the rules stay the same. Soccer, the rules stay the same. Entrepreneurship, the rules don't. What happened on Monday is very different to what's going to happen on Friday. And I think looking at the markets the way we're doing, it's a big reality check for us to understand and see that the rules don't stay the same, but the systems that we build functions the same. And the competency that we build gives us the confidences of where we're wanting to go. So it's very good for us to have a community that is dealing with some of the same situations, because one person's problem is another person's solution. And our jobs as this elite 1% in the chat, for the 180 votes that was made and the 200 people that is watching consecutively, you can't view your position now at this point as just as someone that is taking off of the table. You have a lot that you can contribute. The challenge is most of you guys don't even know what that looks like. And mentorship is another space that adds value. People come in giving you mentorship, but in all honesty, it's something that I detest and I hate when people use those terms, because mentorship instigates that, come present to me what you want, go away and leave, go try and fix it. I need a community that can panel beat me when I'm at my worst and at my best, that I have access to, that I can pick up a phone and say, Chris, my viewpoint according to this thing is clogged up. Can you give me another perspective? And because of Chris's track record, his integrity, his morals, it makes it so much more easier for me. Keegan's integrity, morals, and his actions makes it so much easier for me to take the advice. And even when I don't believe in it, Just because they did, I might win the situation. So we got two areas where we can look at life from a perspective of we all need finances so that we can live the freedoms that we want. We all want a community that adds value. So when we're at our worst, we don't implode, but the community helps us become better. And for that reason is one of the reasons why this chat and this group is so personal to me. We want to find solutions where all of us win. And if it means one of us got through the gate, it makes it easier for someone else to get through the gate because we're going to rinse, wash, and repeat. So Keegan and Chris, you guys have set the forefront for this conversation. And it's been an amazing journey witnessing where you are. We look forward to the next 16, 20 years as we journey across the line. And when we measure what happened in 2024, in 2030, we will be able to look at it and say, what an amazing journey it has been for those that stayed and those that participated in areas that they never had opportunity before. Lastly, I'd like to say, transformation comes when ownership is there. Many of these opportunities are not going to be given to you in a sense of ownership. It's going to be in a decision space where you are going to have to fix a problem. There's no problem with that. If you're going to come to the party and you're going to add value, you're solving problems. With that solution and the solving problems, you are going to be able to make a lot of money. I've started in one industry and I've ended up in 5 others. 90%, 80% of my businesses has gone through some area where the river flows and the river ebbs, and we've made money and we've lost money. I found the most important value add to me was the fundamental of relationship. I'll step up to anybody that steps up to the plate, but it has to be done in a relationship manner where the value comes across, because many people will exploit your position and they'll use you to get to the next floor, and they'll use you to exploit other people down the value chain. And I'll be honest with you, those things bite you back a lot sooner than most people think. So to sum it all up, guys, thank you for a wonderful stream. Thank you for always asking the questions that matter. These are the things that are going to change our future and add value. And if you get today, we're paying for it. So today you're asking Chris, why are you doing it? Keegan, why are you spending so many hours on a stream? Chris and Keegan, tomorrow they're going to ask you, how did you do it? Because you've paid the price tag, you've put in the hours, you've added the value, and you've scaled. To everybody in the stream, congratulations. You're in the next phase of your future, and we look forward to seeing how this thing develops and grows. It's an awesome opportunity. We got to maximize it as quick as possible. You guys have a good afternoon.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeremy. Thanks. Beautiful chat. Jeremy, Liberty. No, I was serious when I said about the advisor and all that chat.
I really take it to heart what we talked to Jeremy about.
We had a meeting.
Guys, like till today, anyone that's been in this office or had conversations with, I've said it to Chris, I've said it to everyone, that press conference would have gone very, very different if we didn't have a conversation with Jeremy that Wednesday, I think it was. Wednesday, Tuesday. We really do listen to it.
All right, GU. Let's see if GU can produce something here for us. Just bring this down a little bit. Wait. Yo, did you take that gold short? I was a bit scary. It was scary, yeah.
I did not.
I still said 26. I was scary, Chad. I'm going to be very honest with you. Why I did not take it is purely for the fact that we had the weekly pivot here and the EQ. So trading into that level for me was just like a big no. Wouldn't have taken it. So gold doing some gold things here. All right, GU. Let's see what GU can. Alrighty, Chad, here we go. DXY. Oh, DXY crumbling here, Chad. Sure. DXY. Absolutely. Keys, you wouldn't consider these bars. These bars look super duper clean here on US 30. You wouldn't. Not.
I don't know, bro. I don't.
I
don't want to say it's like Murphy,
oh,
but
oh.
I do not have a good win rate trading US30 in London session.
Really?
Like whenever, I'm always like, I don't do it. And when I do it,
You get
I get wrecked.
dude, I want to do it.
Bro, you've got a call in 5 minutes
With who?
in Yasha.
I have a call.
You requested it because you have other calls later at 11 and at 2.
No, I don't request it. We requested it.
Okay, well, I'm just being told what time it is, yeah.
Chad, I took a little stab here. Let's see what we get here. I also don't have a great track record with US 30.
Are you taking US30 in London?
Yeah.
What happened to GU?
I'm still waiting for GU. But this is worth a shot. I've seen this setup play out so many times. And every single time I don't take it. Chad, gonna go with like a 40-point stop. 40. Just gonna go with the 40. Gonna try and target Asia highs. We'll see now. Reason why I like it is we spoke about this zone, and like I said, I've seen this setup play out so many times. Whether we get lucky here today, that's another question to be seen. But it's worth a shot. It's a nice consolidation here. We had a nice push to the upside. We're holding outside of the zone. If you look at this 5 minute here as well, there's a minor break of structure to the upside. So we'll see. I hope it's not like the last one that took 4 hours to play out. Eventually playing out after 4 hours.
Well, to be fair, bro, DXY is, I'm just looking now, it's tanked. DXY is at Asia lows.
Yeah,
If that breaks, I think that's going back down to weekly R1.
DXY is getting crushed.
So that does give me a lot more confidence in your setup, yeah.
Alright, let's see here, Chad. This is some interesting things happening here. Alrighty, let's check here. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for GU to kick. Sorry, I'm just gonna mute. Right, let me just. Alrighty. Yeah, Chad, ideally what we want to see is what we're gonna do here. I do think if we can bust through this level, then obviously that 200 becomes a level. But this level is going to be absolutely crucial for us to get through. This level right here, that is basically the NYSE, listen to me. This is the London session high, and we're going to need to see some volume. And then also we're going to need to get through this zone right here. Alright, so dollar is not buried yet. Dollar's not buried yet, so still have some way to go here. Gold is, Chad, the thing with gold, I don't know if you guys saw while we were on the call, the 15 minutes there, broke above, broke below, 5 minute was clean. So, yeah, gold is just a mess here. And then GU, ideally what I want to see, Chad, if I get something like this on GU, I get something like this, a nice pullback holding Asia highs and then a break. I'm going to take the break. I don't know if Carl is here today. Carl, we spoke about this. I wouldn't even wait for the retest on the round number. I would like to see some volume come in the market. I'm not going to take the break here though. Purely for the fact, we always talk about it. There was a break above, never held above. Here's another break above, not holding above, so not my trade to take. This song is not the song for this trade either. So let's see if US30 can produce some fruits. Some of us need to produce some fruits of the spirit and not financial fruit. No, I'm kidding. Chad, okay, let's see here. I want to see what we do there. I want to see what we do there. Alright, come US30. As soon as it breaks there, Chad, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my stops in behind that, make it like 5 points. Actually, now, just going to reduce my stops to 5 points. Not break even yet. To be exact, I'm actually going to make it 8 points. Just to give it a little bit there. So it's going to be 8 points. Yeah, there we go. How much are we up here? 26 points. Let's see. I also don't want to be greedy. 30 is also decent. We've got that 200 there. What is DXY doing? Still hovering there. Yo, Chad, you know what? Actually want to lock it in there. Chad, I'm actually gonna lock it. Yeah, I'm gonna lock it in right here. London, locked it in right there. It's not like we're gonna shoot out the light. You can hold it if you want to. I'm just not gonna leave anything on the table like we said yesterday. So if you want to go break even, or you can lock it in there. I locked it in. We don't sit here for, is it Pink Floyd? Money for nothing, chicks for free. Not in the markets. Nothing is free here. There's the trade. So locked it in there. So beautiful, 30 points. I don't think that's bad for a London session. London, Carl is always here. Hey, KB. K Basil. Alright, chat. Beautiful trade there. Let's quickly go to GU. Let's see if we can clap something here. London, honestly, daily high, session high. With candle formations like this, this is not my cup of tea. This year, not my cup of tea. Unless you know something I don't, but that day for me, ugly. Done. Quick like that. Oh, okay. We was just pressuring him, eh?
Yeah. No, you said he'll do the bits already tonight, the emails.
Okay.
Then the debit order option, I need to just look on the back end, and then he'll integrate it once I've set it.
Okay, perfect. Babu, we actually spoke quite in depth this morning about it. So if you want to go re-watch the stream from the start, sorry man. We actually spoke in depth about the Middle Eastern tensions. Keegs, the signal was sent. I don't know if you took it, but we locked it in already. Just the young 30.
Did you already get the?
Just the young 30. Just locked
Boy,
it in
making
there.
some moves, yeah.
Just locked it in for the boys.
Sheesh.
For the boys. You can use a business account.
So why don't you hold till?
Nah, I said it's London, bro. 30 points. Like, we go for 60 for the cracker. 30 during London. Like, you can't.
No, it's not bad. I'm just saying, obviously the move is such a good move. Like for me,
Nah.
like that thing at least is going up to test those highs.
No, it can, but I just told the boys we don't sit here money for nothing, chicks for free.
The question is, so did it hit TP, or did you actually close like a pip or two from TP?
No, so I basically measured out 30, and I told the guys the minimum is actually that 200, but then I also say 30 points in a London session, basically half of what we go for the cracker. So why expect a cracker move during London? So 30 for me is like the best of both worlds.
Okay. No, I'm with you.
Chris, London night is already in London. You need to come to the office, bro. We need to chat. Carl, bro, you don't know, bro. I could have been on the range. I could have maybe spent some time on the range, getting some bullets through the barrel. You don't know. Can someone explain how does one trade on non-market prices? What is none? No, Lennon, we asked you, bro. I said you're more than welcome to come. We're looking for a player 3 here on the streams. We're looking for a player 3. Seeing that UMP, come chat to us. Was it Lyndon who said his mother said he's got a face for radio? Was it Lyndon?
I think so.
Yeah, because my mom also said, just seeing jy het 'n gesig vir radio. No, Lyndon, I'm serious. I sent a message last night on the G's chat. Let me actually check if you replied.
I think he did reply to
We'll
it.
try during my lunchtime this week. I'm currently working at okay. Alright. Hey, my boy Lyndon. Now that man's got a face for radio like me. Lyndon, I think we can tackle this NYSE. The London sesh. Give Keegan a little breather. That man has been carrying the stream. I'm taking the piss out of you, Lyndon. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding, but we can chat, Lyndon. We can chat. 3Gs. No, Chad, we had a discussion, me and Keeks, yesterday. I don't know if you guys have seen, is it Traders TV, Keeks? Traders TV have about 6 traders. So they give each other an opportunity to rotate. And we said if we can get to the stage, obviously people that we vetted and that we trust, to give you that opportunity to some days, maybe Keegan is just commenting there. He's not that directly involved in the stream. So you can have it. Keeks, think about that like a hot desk. You do your work. You're in the stream, and if you want to say something, we just pop over to you, but it's not like you're the main character in the stream.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
I just want to come and say thank you to you and Keeks for changing my life. I'm so grateful for the two of you. Like, your God's working through you guys. Hey, Lyndon, we're just obedient, my brother, and you also obedient in putting in the work. So you don't have to thank us. You doing well is the thanks for us. You crushing it. That's what we want for everyone. No, we'll never bring Keegan Willis on the stream because that man's dabs is way too strong. Keeks, do you think Keegan Willis practices those dabs? It's like gunshots. Chad, it's like you just hold your hand and it just comes in. It's like, Gah! I'm like, dude, how did you produce that dab? Like, I was still like considering it. It just comes in and it dabs you up. Jeez. Gunshots. No, I'm kidding. Keys, you can't take it away. That man's got a strong dab game, eh?
No, definitely.
Do you think you practice that in the US?
Yeah.
Yes, the Chad. That dab is, it's like whoops. Whoosh. No, damn, the guy's dab game is ridiculous. It's probably one of the strongest dab games I've seen in the industry. But we'll let him settle in. I think it was a good podcast. I think he's also still finding his feet. He's still gonna do some miles. The miles me and Keegan did last year. Keegan wouldn't admit it, but that man has done some miles as well. Keeks, there were times last year where we were going off-road for a bit.
Yeah, bro.
Chad thought we were riding smoothly. We were getting stones in our teeth. When's your brother Darren at Brion? You need to chat to Geeks. Brian, please chat to Jody Lowe. Please chat to the guy. I'm going to try and see if I can get hold of him. But you said you introduced him, so... Keeks, when is Mr. Darren, Mr. Full-Time Dad?
He is actually keen on us locking a date. We actually had all those guys. We said now that we're back, we're locking dates. Because Chris and myself just needed to plan things for this month. But now, yeah, Chris and myself can actually sit and we can lock everything in there, guys. Alright, so that's all.
Alrighty, Chad, here we go. There's that test. Let's see. This is looking better. Lyndon and the rest of the boys, this is looking much better. If you go on a line chart, now you can see we can work with this. We can work with this now. This is something that we can start to dabble with a little bit. Personally, if we don't see anything in the next 5 or 10 minutes, I'm calling it. I feel we've put in a shift here. And also remember, I told you guys my expectation with this happening, range day. So yeah, we're just going back. I know you guys said Chris winning and all of that becomes so boring, but Chad, that's what we need to do. Some of the guys saying Keegs, that cracker is way too good. Like, just give it to us, and we want to win on our own. And Keegan said, why not just win with us? It's still free. Just join the streams. Imagine Chris sitting at the table with dad jokes. Hey, man. Oh. Yeah, Chad, if this trading gig really doesn't work, stand-up comedy is definitely a thing. Geeks, 2 songs and here we go. Give me a song.
Song. Let's see, bro. What's the song we're gonna go for today? Hey, bro. Actually, hold on. OG. Roll Up.
But I feel like I've heard this. Roll Up by Empty.
Wiz Khalifa.
Not Mia Khalifa.
No. We're not going down there, bro.
Oh! Sure it. Sheesh. Just need. Kids, we should actually do a reel where it looks like we're in the studio with the desk and it's like the boys recording their new their NFP special. Chad, for real, yeah. Do we have any sound engineers in the house that can help us with auto tuning? Is there any sound engineers here? Brian, I don't know, bro. I just hear these kids.
I was actually thinking about that there the whole time. I was like, I don't even know if this has to be.
Sure, kids, it's a family show.
Hey, it really, that was like how long interview for the first one?
No.
Like, I was sitting in my head the whole time. I'm like, yeah, where in the song is there swear words?
It's not the worst. It's not. We're gonna get you cancelled. Oh, this is a banger.
What's that?
Ophelia.
That is good.
What? Oh. Chat, it's DJ Krebo and DJ K Rizzle in the house. Yeah.
No, what happened there?
And man rips into those notes. George, this is a classic, and I think we're going to end it on this one. Keeks, any closing remarks, my brother? Chad, I'm not going to trade any further here. We took our piece. I'm happy. Took out 30 points.
I think honestly nothing too crazy, bro. Markets just been slow for me. I mean, gold, not really doing anything. USD, stuck to my rules, stuck to my guns. You got your little 30 pips there. But hey, we'll bring on the 60 in New York. So yeah.
Chad, there you go. Man was already, I told you guys. Chad, I am the best news trader in SA. You will crush NFP, bro. You will crush it. Keeks, but I love
into existence, bro.
you have to, and we believe you, and we behind you. Chad, we're going to see you guys at 3 p.m. Peace and love. Keep it safe. Please don't get yourself into trouble. Markets are choppy. See you 3 p.m. Chad. Peace and love, baby. Cheers, cheers.